I will. I'm going to mute everyone. So if you're going to, when you speak, whoever I pass it along to, make sure you guys unmute yourselves first. But welcome everyone to the Successfit team call. It's so nice to see everyone. It is, January 20th? I can't believe it, but there's still a good 11 days left of this month. And I am super pumped to have the Diamonds on tonight chatting about their tips. And before we do that, just a few shout outs because, as I said, we've had some really exciting movement on the team this week. I have to give big props to our Success Club leaders right now, which are Nicole, Trish, Erica, Rachel, Krista, and Larissa are all creaming Success Club, which is amazing. And we've got 19 other people on the team who are on the board. And I know there's 11 days left. I know you guys are going to dig deep and try to invite as many people as you can and really help a lot of people get in those groups. So congrats to you guys. We have a couple of big PV leaders, and PV is personal volume. So just to give you an idea, when I do the leaderboards or the top 5 weekly coaches, that comes down to volume, which means like, I guess your sales, like Shakeology, for example, has a 90 PV, 90 volume. So it's a combination of sales and your recruiting for the week. That's where I come up with those top 5 coaches. So PV leaders so far are Erica and Christine Jackman. And we've had some exciting recruiting things. Big shout out to Rachel Harvey, who signed her first coach this week, which is awesome. I know that's always a good one to check off. And both Nikki and Erica are creaming it they've added 3 coaches to their team just this week. So that's very, very exciting stuff. I'm pumped to see you guys kind of plow through this for the rest of the month. And it's a good month to start strong. I know we can be kind of slow after the holidays, but I'm excited about the momentum of our team. I feel like everyone's really dialed in and making a difference, and everyone's posts have been awesome lately. Two announcements I just wanted to say. One was just about the Success Club trip. Just like make sure you get on that wait list. You are not required to pay that $300 deposit until you get off the wait list and to say that yes, you do want to do it. So there's no commitment there. But if you didn't register and you're not on the wait list, you can't go. Like, you'll not get off the wait list if you're not on the wait list. So just make sure, even if you think maybe not now, there's nothing worse. Like, I've had a lot of peers not get on the wait list right away and then earn the trip and not be able to go. And that's so gut-wrenching. So make sure you're on that wait list and encourage your team, even as they sign up throughout the year, encourage your coaches to just get on that wait list. You never know what happens. They do give people who hit Success Club get off the wait list faster. So you want to make sure you're hitting it every month. And then the other thing I just wanted to say is I am hosting a sneak peek into coaching next week, which is sort of like a recruiting opportunity for anyone who wants to learn about coaching. So if you're not running your own and you have coaches or potential coaches or challengers that want to know about it, just shoot me a message at the end of this and I'll add you. I'll be opening the group tonight. So, and with that, I am going to pass it over to the Diamonds. I'm really excited to have them share their tips with you guys because you hear a lot from me, but if you are working this business or you really care about making a difference in people's lives, reaching that next level of diamond rank in your business, which means you have 8 coaches total and 2 emeralds under you, it's an important milestone to hit, and it can take 90 days, 60 days if you're really fierce, or it can take, it took me 6 months to get there, and I've seen it take a year for people. It really depends on the speed at which you're going. But I think everyone who's on this call should be aiming for that this year because you're working the business, you care about it, and it is absolutely something that can and should happen within the year no matter what. So I'm going to pass it over to them. They're going to share sort of what made them want to get there, any tips, and how it's made a difference in their business since. And I think I'll pass over to Larissa first, and I'm going to hush up, and we'll have some questions at the end.
All right. Can everyone see me? Yeah? Okay, awesome. Okay, so I don't know if you know my story or not. I won't really, take all the time of this call to go into that, but hitting diamond for me meant a lot because it just gave me that confidence to excel. And I didn't really realize how much confidence played a piece into all of this until I got the confidence, and it just the momentum just kept on going. it didn't take me, maybe it took me about 9 months or something like that to hit diamond. I signed up last March, I think. And I was, just a hobby coach. And then I got hit with my kids full time from like May to September. But I knew that come September, like I was taking on this business like for real. I wanted to quit my nursing job and go all in. And I did. And I just quit my nursing job last month. And I came out guns blazing. I'm 1-star qualifying, and yay. How did I do it? Okay, so I did it I'll give you 3 takeaways because I know I don't have that much time. So number 1 was my mind shift from hobby into like, I want to be diamond. And that was the goal of quitting my nursing job and being home with my kids full time. Once I made that like my number 1 thing, yes, I want to help people, I care for them, but like I needed something deeper to drive me every day to do these things. Like we all know that they can become redundant and we know we need to do them, but actually sitting down and really doing them every single day is another thing. So I always had that goal and I wouldn't give up until I got there. Also finding a success partner was like genius. Thank you, Bria. Connecting with someone once a week, and we do it on Wednesday mornings. And it just seems to be like the perfect midweek pick-me-up, and just connecting. And even if we don't, like, we're not super, like we don't have a lot of stuff to talk about, just talking about the business with somebody who understands and just sort of getting it off your chest. It's like a breath of fresh air midweek. And then it's like by Tuesday, I'm like ready for my, once a week call with Bria. And then it's like, boom, we like pick right back up again. And we sort of like give each other that oxygen that we need to keep going. And okay, number 2 though is organization. I really need to be organized in order to do this. I've tried many different systems, the paper thing, the Excel thing, the trying to use the BAT that Beachbody gives you. Those things just like weren't working for me. I don't know what it was, but I just kept going through all these different things until you find the one that really clicks. And so what I did was earlier I posted in Successfit. There's like 3 or 4 different files that I put, and I can do a screen share quickly. So this was one of them. Like this is from I got this from somewhere else, like maybe in a diamond group or something like that. And I don't know what you guys are currently using, but you need to use something. Like just going over in your head thinking, okay, did I invite 3 people today or 5 people, or did I friend all the people that I'm supposed to? Like just check it off. Like it just takes 2 seconds to do it. But when I don't hold myself accountable by using some sort of tracker, like I find that I don't do it. Like it's happened month after month. And the times that I do actually, it seems ridiculous to use a tracker, but it really is helpful. Whether or not this one is for you, I don't know. It has lots of like good little things in there for you. That's one of them. This was another one. Oh, I'll show that one after. And doing the power of 3s. Like at first I thought I was supposed to be writing everybody's name down, or, it doesn't. You just like, I do it all on my streak anyways, but just checking off that I've done 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or, sometimes I do 3 days all in one day, but checking things off to me helps. If this like isn't for you, like no big deal, but just find something that works for you and go with it, and then my third nugget, because I know I have to move along, is consistency in posting. I think that I've been, that's been like my number 1 strength. Recruiting is definitely something I need to work on. But consistently posting has been key for my business. But when I did hit the ground in September and I was like, all right, I'm going to do this, I stopped throwing darts with blindfolds on, like just throwing posts up without having some sort of a posting plan. And I know that Bria went over in one of the team calls, like how to plan your months. And I suggest to everybody to go back and find that link and figure out how to schedule your month so that like you want to be planting those seeds like the week before you have, like Bria's having the coaching open house next week. all of this week, everybody should be posting about how awesome coaching life is and all of that sort of stuff. And then like the week or two leading up for your challenge groups, you're posting all about how awesome challenge groups are. Like, I wasn't doing that before. And once I started to really like plan when I was going to start posting things, I knew exactly when my ads would run and when I was going to open groups up for people. That's when things started to make, like, that was my shift. I can stop my screen share. But anyways, these are like calendars. And if you guys don't have one, it's now in Successfit. Like, print it off and just do what you need to do. But finding your system is going to be a big help in getting you there. And I know Streak was something that really, like, it works for my brain. And then having, the time efficiency of like those snippets, and it saved me. But, I like to be organized, and no more throwing darts with blindfolds on. I tried to be as wrapped up as possible. But I could also say that what has Diamond done for me, in that, like I said, it's allowed me to quit my nursing job and do this full time. But I also dedicate strict business hours for this. Like, I do my no matter what's. And I know that when I drop my little one off at school for the couple hours that I have, that's when I have my blinders on. Like, no one talk to me. I shut my phone off because I don't have a lot of time. I'm constantly taking care of my kids. And they are my number one. And this is sort of my number two. But I want this to be my number one. So during that time, it is all I think about. And I just do it as fast as I can, But I guess that's sort of it.
That's awesome, Larissa. I think that is so powerful because you're right. On the organization and tracking, you really need to find stuff that works for you. Like, I think in the end, I would just literally write down my list every day and then cross it off as I went. So it really does come down to whatever you find. And I know we did do a team call on Streak as well. So if you go in the Successfit files and you want to hear about Streak, all of that stuff is in there for you.
All right, Trish.
and the business hours, that's really great. That's awesome that you were able to quit the job, though. I think that is really so good. And you're doing amazing. So I'm really glad that you're here and you were able to share those nuggets. Does anyone have any questions for Larissa before we move on? Well, we had a few in the chat. You can save them as well.
I mean, not having to do 12-hour shifts are pretty motivating. So, I mean, I love delivering babies. I love it, but this is way more fun.
That's awesome. Okay, Jody or Christine, who wants to go next? I'll pass it along. Okay, Jody, you're up.
Okay. Hi, guys. That's awesome, Larissa. Congratulations on quitting your job. So exciting. I was just talking to a discount coach today about that because she wants to do that too. So I'm shifting her, I hope. Anyhow, well, thanks for asking me to speak today, Bria. I'm not the most organized person, so I'm so glad that Larissa touched on all that stuff. For me, I was in this to build a business, but every month I would chat with Bria and she would say, how's it going with recruiting? Have you talked to anyone about coaching? And I don't know. I think at the time I was just thinking people would come to me or they wouldn't be coaches. And we finally decided to set a goal for me to hit Diamond. And that meant, needing a certain number of coaches and trying to figure it out. And I had a few discount coaches, but like I said, they sort of came to me. It was easy. So anyway, when we finally set this plan in motion, I sort of just sat down and figured out all my challengers that I had already been working with and who were drinking Shakeology anyway. And again, it was another mind shift of, instead of feeling like I'm asking them to do something for me, I realized that I had this really awesome financial savings to offer all of these people that I was already working with that already loved the product. And I could save them $20 a month, and so they could keep going. And so when I finally got my head on straight about that, and actually I was doing a bit of piecing with Larissa at the time, and she was like, you get out there and you get those coaches. I was like, okay, I will. And it just lit a fire under me. And so I just started contacting everybody that was already drinking Shakeology. And And a whole bunch, enough of them were like, that's awesome, thank you. Like, they were glad that I brought this to them. I had been sitting on this gift thinking that it was an imposition, and really they were like, yes, thank you. In the meantime, I also had always been pretty faithful about my posts. They take some time, and I still don't have a set out strategy necessarily for every single one, but I think because I was posting and sharing my story and my results, even though, they weren't super dramatic physically, they were emotionally. And I attracted 2 amazing coaches that really wanted to work the business by sharing my story. And so that's the other piece of me getting to Diamond. I have this awesome triathlete come to me and be like, what are you doing? I want in on this. And then I had my friend Erica, who also had been an instructor and like just crazy gym machine, but she overdid it and she hurt herself and she needed a solution. And I remember a couple days into her drinking Shakeology, she was worried it was going to bother her tummy. And I had no idea that she was going to, her and Trish were going to skyrocket the way they both did, but they did. So my takeaways for you are: shift your mindset towards offering what you know is awesome. We have the best job on earth. We literally get paid to take care of ourselves first, which never happens, right? And then to help other people do that physically and financially. Once you get down the physical piece, you start to realize, well, the financial end of it is not really that different. We're coaching how to do your workouts and stay on track with your nutrition. I can teach you how to I can teach all these people how to do the same thing so they can teach others. And it goes on and on. Once you get the hang of it, I'm not saying I'm the best coach in the world by any means, but it's kind of that failing forward thing. You just kind of dive into it and figure it out as you go. The support is great. So bringing in new people to this used to feel like a terrifying thing. And now I just want to, as Bria says, just bring them all in. Just bring them all in and let them share what we're doing. And what that's done for me, being able to hit a goal. And I suggest if you're going for Diamond, or when you decide to go for Diamond, set a date. Set a date you want to get there by. Nothing motivates you more. And I actually reached the goal a couple weeks before my date, which blew my mind. Like, not typical for this gal. So it was very exciting. And, I think if I can do it, anybody can do it. It really is totally worth it. Your confidence, let's totally do a Diamond. Your confidence goes beyond what you can imagine. And then when you continue to share that with people, they believe in you and they want to work with you and they want you to help them feel the same awesomeness you're having. So don't be shy about it. Get it out there and, keep doing your vitals, all your must-dos every day. Thank you for sharing those tracking sheets, Larissa. That's a big help. So anyway, that's it. And, lean on your coach when you need to, and other people. Get a success partner. Email somebody who you see is online when you're having a difficult moment. We all have them. Last week, down in the dumps for a couple of days. You get back up and you keep going. It's a great job, and I never want to end, so I'm keeping moving forward. That's it.
That's awesome, Jody. I just love listening to you guys talk because, and it'll be exciting to hear Christine as well, but I just love everyone on this team. It feels like so gushy, I know, but it's so incredible to get to be surrounded by people who are really inspiring and uplifting. And, you all have such different strengths. And for you, Jody, it's been so amazing to see you. Like, when you decided, you're like, what's Diamond? How do I get there? I can do this. And you just kind of turned and just focused and made it happen. And it was really incredible to see. So you've got a great warm heart. I'm happy you're here. Okay, Christine, you're up. We're excited to hear from you.
All right. Hi, guys. Thanks for asking me to speak tonight, Bria. I so appreciate it. It's very humbling to have somebody that you completely admire come to you and say, hey, can you share what you're doing and how you've done it and what it's done for you with a group of people that many of you I don't know, but I still have this admiration for, and it's the warm gushies just are continuing over here too. So Jody and Larissa, thank you so much for sharing. I kind of didn't raise my hand when Bria asked, okay, Jody or Christine, and I was like, oh gosh, Jody, you're my success partner, go! Because I like to process things, and I was still processing what Larissa had said, and now I'm processing what Jody said. So I understand if you feel that same way too. And I don't have a shocking revelation of how to hit diamond. And you know, I was thinking about it throughout the day, and I was going over different things, and I was thinking about my story, which we all have our story. And I mean, I'm a busy mom. I work full time. I didn't come into this thinking that I would leave my job. I love my profession. I am a teacher. I came into it thinking that I would bring an additional income into the house, and I would hopefully have my husband leave his job. I am diamond. We aren't to the point where I would have him leave his job, but I am to the point where my mindset is shifting, and I'm like, oh, you know, once Jay leaves his job and this actually takes off, I can maybe go down to part-time teaching, or I could find other ways to still be with kids. So it's amazing how when you start to see Beachbody fit into your life and what it can provide for you, where you can take it, and what happens, how your level of commitment to Beachbody changes. So when I started, I was hands down, without a doubt, absolutely, positively, 100% no. I did not want to, no, not at all, Trish. I just saw that face reaction. I told Bria probably 7 or 8 times I was not going to be a coach. And then I was drinking the Shakeology and I loved it. And so I was like, okay, fine, I'll be a discount coach. And then I started sending people to her. And Bria was like, Christine, we really need to talk about what you're doing and how you're letting money go by you. And you're already coaching, but you're not reaping any of the benefits. So I was like, fine. And I think that's probably how I said it to her. But I would never look back now. Yeah. I can tell you that going diamond is not different than Larissa. For me, it was 100% confidence boost. I love talking about it. I can share it. I have all of those things, but I didn't understand why people admired me. I look at people and I'm like, oh, you know, like I watch Larissa and I'm like, she left her nursing job, like congratulations. And she's the most organized person I've ever met. And I watch Chanel and I'm like, my God, she has like a photographic memory and she knows everything. And I watch Bria and she's happy and smiley and all, you know, and Jody always looks so friggin' zen-like in every single picture. And here I am like pulling out my hair and yelling at the boys to get going and running from lacrosse to hockey. And I, you know, all of those things. I'm like, why do people even find me inspiring? Well, it's because we share, because we're human. So, you know, going diamond showed me that I am capable of doing this business, and how it changed my business was it kind of gave me a mirror reflection of what other people see in me. So when they watch me running from place to place or posting or doing these workouts or, you know, prepping food at 10 o'clock at night or saying thank you because somebody has stepped in and brought me chili and saved my tail, you know, they see that I'm human, and they know that if I can do it and I can love it and I can, and you know, I can share it, then they can. So I didn't recognize that until I went diamond and was recognized by the company. And I was like, oh, okay, I can do this. And that it was a complete confidence boost. So that's what going diamond did for me. It didn't retire anybody. It didn't, you know, I'm not yachting in any far off island, but my confidence has completely changed. So if I think about my takeaways for you, there are some keywords that run through being a diamond coach, and mindset or mind shift is one of those. And it was very interesting because when I started this year or last year, we had another home-based business. And when I chose Mindset Warrior, it had nothing to do with Beachbody. Beachbody was like far recessed corner of my brain. It was a dusty DVD in the basement that I was maybe going to pick up. And I picked up a book, and I highly recommend it. So it would be one of my takeaways for you. And it's called Mindset Warrior, or Mindset Warrior. I'm Mindset Warrior. It's called Mindset by Carol Dweck, Dweck. And it is a fabulous book about how you stand in your own way and why we do the things that we do. I've taken what I learned in Mindset and I've applied it to my teaching. My husband has read it and applied it to different parts of his life. My oldest son has general anxiety, and just in my approaches to him, I've used it, and we have totally different family dynamics now. Dweck is Dweck. You can also find Carol Dweck if you YouTube her. Her talks are kind of dry. The book is great. So when you have that mind shift, it's interesting because I had never met Jody, and we happened to go to a Super Saturday together. And so Sandy and I became fast friends, and poor Jody got stuck in this car with two crazies on the way to Super Saturday. And like I said, I view Jody as very peaceful and zen-like. And you've got Sandy and I driving and talking, and we're talking and driving, and we're having these conversations. And Jody's in the back seat, kind of laughing and thinking, "Oh my God, I'm in crazy town." Dweck, what's a D? Sorry, I can see. Oh yeah, check her mouth. Anyways, in the car, Jody was kind of like, "Well, I'm not this or I'm here." And Jody and I were both emeralds at the time. And so I was like, "Oh, she's like a fellow emerald." And I felt like I blinked and she was diamond. And I was like, whoa, what happened to that sweet girl sitting in the back seat? And so I realized that, I had connected with her on that drive, and I had that bond with her, and Jody, you propelled my business. And I think Bria was watching, because somewhere in there she was like, "You two should be success partners." And we were like, "Okay." So I want to say thank you to you, but find somebody that you connect with. Give yourself that person, and don't look at it as jealousy. Jealousy is something that can, seep in, and it sneaks up on you, and then suddenly it's human nature. But if you change your mindset to look at it and be like, "Okay, well, the trick is it has to be somebody that you respect. It has to be somebody that you appreciate and value for you to grow and learn from them." And if there's somebody out there that you see that you're like, "How are they doing this? I don't know how they're doing that." Block them out. You don't need that noise. You need to focus on the positive, and you need to focus on the light and the ones that inspire you. So invest in yourself is the major thing. And PD is huge. So personal development. When you invest in yourself and you start to love yourself from the inside, then the others fall in place. So the second thing that I want to say is that you need to invest in others. And I connect with people fairly easily. I don't always like it. I don't always like when people come to me and tell me stuff. Bria, being completely honest, because sometimes I find it like really overwhelming where somebody that I don't know, and they come in and they've had a baby, and there's X and there's this and there's that, and you just kind of smile and take it all in. And I've realized that this is actually a gift. It is a gift for people to feel that they can connect with you. And so now I love it. Now I look at it and I'm like, "Oh, wow, like that person really needed a friend. They needed somebody to be non-judgmental." And when you can invest in yourself and love yourself, then, Bria said it once. She said, "You have to love yourself where you're at." And I've taken that and I look now and I'm like, you have to love your challengers where they are at. You have to love the people that you are meeting where they are at, because everybody that is brought to you and seeking assistance doesn't love themselves. They don't. When you were searching for something, chances are you were unhappy. You were searching for something because there was a part missing. When people are coming to complete strangers and connecting with you, you are showing them something that they want in their life that they don't have, and you need to love them where they're at so they can get to the point where they love themselves. So that would be another major thing that this business is about. And we know it. We say that it's about helping others, but you need to love people where they are at. The other thing is that you need to approach things with enthusiasm. So when I say this, I am not a naturally, like, I am a pretty even keel person, and enthusiasm sets you apart. So when you find something that you are passionate about, don't hide it. Don't hide the light. Don't hide the secret of the discount coach. Don't hide the love of Shakeology. Let go of all of your inhibitions of people judging you or not liking your workout posts, and continue to do it anyways. You have to share your passion, and you have to believe in it. It's the only way that you will have the switch from a hobby or growing something or wondering why you're not connecting to being able to blow it out of the water and to be able to have that drive. You know, it's amazing that Larissa is able to set a goal and reach it in such a short time. And I've watched Erica just fly in this, and Erica, it's been pretty amazing to see, you know, you hit all of these ranks. And when you find that passion and that click, you know, be what it is. If you find your weakness. So for me, I didn't understand Shakeology, and somewhere in the training I heard that if you read Super Life, and I think it was Chanel, said if you read Super Life by Darren Olean, then you understand the product more. I understood the product more after reading the book, but I understood the passion. And by understanding the passion that he had for creating the product, I now like ingest his passion. So when I talk about Shakeology, I'm like, yeah, like this guy, and then there's this, and these superfoods, and it's this amazing. I still don't really know what I'm talking about, but I am enthusiastic. So when you share your passion, and when you have that, you know, you don't have to have all the answers. I don't know the answer. You have to have honesty, and you have to have enthusiasm. So, and definitely listen to the parts about getting organized. I'm not there yet, but those are key components to everyday life. When I get there, I'll let you know. I think that's it for you.
That's so awesome, Christine. I just love you. I think, and I'll open it up for questions, but I just have to say, you know, I think you all know how much I love coaching. I think it's an amazing gift, and obviously these guys think that too. And it's incredible to be able to do something that is focused around healthy living and lifting other people up and being surrounded in a really positive environment, especially when it's all women. It's not all women, but Successfit is mostly women. So let's just say that. But I think one of the things I just adore most is how you never know who you're going to get to meet. And, you know, like Larissa and I went to high school together, but we didn't really know each other. She's a year older than I am. And Jody and I met through like our husbands work together. And Christine and I met through my like page. So you just never know who's going to get to come into your life and like literally be some of your most favorite people. And I feel the same way about all of you guys on this call. Like it's been an incredible thing to start our relationship together, and you'll see the same as you bring in challengers. And it's a really profound thing to meet some of your best friends when you never would have met them otherwise. So I thank you for your, you know, and I'll just say again before I open it up to questions, but I hope you guys, you know, one of the things I took away is that you've got 3 very different people tonight that spoke, different personalities, different like lives. You know, Larissa started and had a part-time job and full-time mom, and Jody is a very full-time mom, and Christine is a full-time teacher and a full-time mom. So you've got 3 different people with 3 different aspects of their lives and where they're at. So I really think you'll find that anyone can do this. The couple things that they had in common that I always heard was mindset. And I think that is the hardest thing for people, but really finally taking a good look at what this is and what brought you here, and saying like, this is a really good thing. It's good for me. And I'm just gonna focus on like making this a forefront of what I'm doing. Because really what we're doing out here is just looking for the people who are looking for us, right? That's what we're out there doing. You have to just kind of let go of the people who aren't ready for you right now. And you also heard confidence. And I know that that can be hard to obtain. You get confidence as you grow and in this business. But they all said, and I don't know if they all said it, but you could hear it in all of them. And Christine kind of nailed it at the end, but passion and enthusiasm is where we make up for that confidence until we become confident. Just share, get centered in what it is that you do love, why this is good for you, and what it is you love about it, and lead with that. And I think that will help you gain into that confidence. So anyway, I think you guys, this was so helpful tonight. Does anyone have any questions for these guys or any comments for them? Just unmute yourself if you do.
Sorry, Bria, I do have one more thing I want to add.
Yeah.
That I had written down, but then I put a sticky over it because my organization is just that great. There has to be intrinsic drive. So all of the outside whatevers, it really, you guys really have to focus on the intrinsic drive. So I know that you hear your why. I know that you see us talk about it, or you know your story. Intrinsically, at your core, you have to decide you want it. And Jody touched on it because she said that she set her date and she achieved it sooner for reaching diamond. And I had said to Bria, Bria had said to me, I really believe you can do this. And I was like, yeah, Bria, I'm back at school and pretty much don't talk to me because it's September and we're not going there. And then I watched Jody hit diamond and I was like, oh, okay, hang on a minute. I really like her and I want to spend more time with her and I'm going to stay with her. So when I set my date as well, intrinsically, I had said it out loud and I had said the intention, and I too achieved diamond before my date. So, find that intrinsic drive, power, and go from there.
Yeah, woo is right. I love that. That's so true. It's not always clear what we're really fighting for, but I think as you keep going, you'll really get a vision, and you can hold on to that when you're struggling sometimes, because it happens.
And I think too that once you start growing your team, you're not just held accountable to your challenge group people, you're accruing coaches that are looking towards you. And so that starts to build too. There's more accountability here. There's not just your people that you're trying to help. It's you're linking arms with your coaches now too. Yeah. So I think that really plays into it.
Does. It gets you excited.
It makes it feel way more real. And not that it's not real when you're doing it with your challenge groups, but it's really a business here. You're running your own business, and then you have to start managing coaches. It starts to really open up in terms of what's the bigger picture.
It's really validating, I think, as you grow your team, because
yes.
you feel like someone else believes in this passion that you have too, and they think it's, and you just, I think that's a very validating thing.
Back to the warm fuzzy.
Sorry, that's who I am. I just love you all. Virtual hug. Good. Any other sort? My date is set. All right. I hope everyone sets a diamond date and just shares it. Put it out there. Let's all just push each other, and we will do a diamond push to diamond. We'll get that set up for everyone. But anyone else have any questions? Anything else before we sign off for tonight?
I wanted to say I love what you said, Christine, and thank you for the nice compliments. But also, you touched on envy and jealousy, and I think that's so wise, because I've had those emotions try and creep in, and then I just stop and I look around and go, what? These are the nicest, most encouraging, positive people to be around, all of you. And so, if someone gets somewhere faster than you, or you're not quite there yet, that doesn't mean stop and give up. And I love that you said that pushed you a little harder, because that's exactly what it should do. I love that quote that keeps popping up: strong women lift each other up. And we totally do. There's no need for anyone to ever feel like, oh shit, someone got there before I did. We're all headed to the same place. Just keep charging on. It's the same thing with our fitness. It takes time, and everyone's got their own path, right? But if you want it, you just go for it, and you cheer on everyone around you as they do it too. It's the best feeling.
I love that. Thanks, Jody.
Thanks.
Okay, if no one else has any questions, I just want to, I can't remember who said it tonight, but they did just say, like, it's a really important, oh, Christine said it, like, if she can do it, I can do it. And I think that's a huge part of what we do. It's like, we want to show people what they're capable of and help them believe that they are capable of doing those things. Because I'll tell you, like, I'm just a girl from a small town, and it doesn't really matter where your skills are. It just, that passion is really what matters. And if I can do it, anyone can do it. So, and I know that they all feel the same. And that's what you want to teach your challengers and teach your coaches, is that if you can do it, they can do it, and just kind of help them along the way. Awesome. Well, thanks everyone. Sorry if there's any other questions, please feel free to jump on, but, it's so nice to see you guys, and so nice to not be falling asleep while I have this call with you. So, yay. And it was a really great team call. Thanks, Suzanne. But thanks for you guys for jumping in. And next week I am going to talk about my takeaways, because I'm heading into new leadership here. And then the week after that, we're going to get another special guest speaker. So get ready. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night. Bye.